Grand rise and birds chirp on. All praise be to the Most High, living one, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Rakatash, Barakata. I say, brothers and sisters, yeah, keep doing the work. I'm going to speak on something. Is, when the Father awakened me, when angels came, believe it or not, when the angels came, Michael and Elijah, right? Metatron. But anyway, my Lord, Yahweh Shah. I remember when I used to write African American, even though I was like, African American, it's not sitting well with me, nothing against someone who say they're African American. You're in America. We know America was conquered. If you don't know, look it up. Shoot. And I can't pronounce his name that good. Amerigo Vespucci or something, you know, Africa, Scipio, Africanus or whatever. And then, you just have people that's different. And so, but I know some of my lineage. They say my granddaddy was Haitian. I seen a picture of him. Just because he was super, super, super dark, I can't say he was African. I was told Haitian. My grandmother I was standing next to, full-blooded Indian. You could see it. That's my dad's side. My mom's side, don't know the guy, the granddad. Just know he was Puerto Rican. So, yeah, mixed. People say, you're mixed, but what are you mixed with? Because those tribes, was Judah, and Judah, Levi, I don't know, Ephraim, uh, mixed. Could be mixed with that. Could be mixed with it, but the fact remains I'm a Hebrew Israelite. People say black Hebrew Israelites. Well, I'm not black. My clothes that I wear on, black. You see them. I'm in the car. See my pants. But yeah, skin not so much. You can see it a little better. But yeah. So if someone is telling you something that you are, and you're told something else in your household, whom do you believe? Do you believe those outside of your household or those that's inside your household? Hey, maybe you need to do a DNA test, see where you come from. I was told, when I was told certain things, and it's prophecy, my people shall awaken in the land of their captivity. I'm happy to be a part of his people if it be pleasing to hear, and I know what it is. I'm not double-minded. I'm not double-minded. I know who I be, who I am. But just because I am a Hebrew Israelite don't mean that I have not fell short, because I did, obviously. Maybe in the past life, yeah, you're going to blame it just on all my ancestors and them, because I did things in this life, not knowing who my father was. Didn't know. I truly didn't know, and I was perishing. I don't feel like I'm perishing. I feel like others around me are perishing. I see it. I hear it. The weeping, the gnashing of the teeth, right? But I always thought on the Father. I always thought on the Most High. Well, back then, to be honest, I was God. Saying God. I was not thinking that I was God. And even though I read the scriptures and I kept saying, don't you know you yourselves are gods? Uh, I couldn't grasp the fact or really really like my Father is the one that created everything. The heavens, the earth, the galaxies, the universe, whatever you want to say exists. My Father, Yahweh, is the one, the Creator, the Alpha, the Omega, the beginning, the end, and all things in between. And he said, last days knowledge shall increase. Now, do you know right from wrong? Do you know right from wrong? So if something was done to a people, right, brutally, brutal, lynching, flogging, dismemberment, burning at the stake because you don't want to worship some other entity, and an image you made. Let's say your father is your father. You're the one you made, which I am assuming it is. Let's say JC, Jesus. That's fine. But the scriptures say many shall come saying we are the Christ. So to me, if everybody representing something saying they are that's what you're saying. Many shall come saying, I don't, my Lord, Yahushua, first begotten, you know. I can't, if okay to say this. Where do you see these names in the scriptures, even? Because some things, we got all these different races, right? These new races. I mean, I heard about certain ones: Moabites, Hamites, Edomites, Israelites, and so on and so forth. Cushites. I heard about I read about those things in that book that we know to be true, the bestseller. They say, the Father's word. You can't hold it back. Four corners of the earth. Yeah. So when you see French in there, I don't want to be wrong. I could be wrong, or European, or Caucasian, or African American. Have you seen it in the scriptures? And where at? Because I'm scratching my head. I don't recall. And so, I don't recall. That's the Father say, do not add or take away from my word. Do not add or take away from my word. I don't want to add or take away from his word. His word is his word. My word is my word. You ain't got to believe nothing I say. But, because I don't want to lead no one astray. That's a command. Um, I don't want to lead no one astray. Does someone want to lead me astray to meet my doom? Set a trap, a mind bomb, some kind of whatever, for whatever reason, to make asses and elbows go everywhere. He was a murderer from the beginning. See what I mean? You know the difference from people. You have those who want to murder, not alive, delete, whatever you want to call it. Send them to the upper room or the downer. Or you have one who doesn't do that. You know better. Thou shalt not, anyway. Thou shalt not. It's not hard to not kill. You know what I mean? Is it hard to not kill? You know what I mean? I don't have to kill. But there's a time for everything. Now, if someone's trying to unalive me, and I accidentally kill them, because even then I don't want to kill them. But I definitely want to get them off me and hurt them a little bit, to where they can't get up and come at me and keep on trying it. He's out for the count. First round, 1 second, knocked out. And I already went on about my life. You know, somebody resuscitated. Come pick up your people. Let the bodies hit the floor. Because for someone to try to embed in someone what they ain't and tell them who they are, which they ain't, it's called confusion. And the Father is not the author of confusion. At least not from my understanding, you know. And where do you get knowledge, wisdom, and understanding? In the spirit of discernment, faith is a gift, I say. Have faith in He that He will let me know truly who I am. Shalom.